The New York Giants have an exploratory meeting with Russell Wilson right before free agency starts. And a lot of Giants fans were surprised to see this. And we're here to talk about it with our NFL writer at the New York Post, Ryan Dunleavy. Ryan, how you doing, man?
Good. What's up?
Well, this is what's up, really, because I wanted to ask you, how are Giants fans supposed to read this situation with obviously Daniel Jones is their quarterback under contract, but there's rumors obviously with the draft. So how are they supposed to read Russell Wilson having this surprise meeting with the Giants?
A couple things. I would say it's a good sign because it means that all options are on the table. The Giants aren't pigeonholing themselves, putting all their cards in one deck, which is what they've done in the past, like the Dave Gettleman era. And it's like, if it doesn't work out, then you have no plan B. The Giants are obviously exploring all options. Hey, maybe if we get Russell Wilson, then maybe we're not so panicked to find a young quarterback or but I don't think it's really going to happen. It's a nice thought, right? Like Russell Wilson's looking for a spot where he has a chance to start or at least compete for a spot. On the surface, that seems like it would be the Giants if it's just Daniel Jones. But if you're talking Daniel Jones and JJ McCarthy and Drake May or Jaden Daniels, then he's not going to have a chance to. That's not an honest opportunity. So I would think the Giants are probably pretty honest with Russell Wilson about what their plans are for the position beyond just Daniel Jones. Also, don't forget Russell Wilson probably has a place in New York. He was on his way to Pittsburgh anyway, and he is very involved in league business. He's been at owners' meetings before. I've seen him. He's sitting next to Roger Goodell at Super Bowls. Who's Roger Goodell's right-hand man? John Mara. So, I would assume John Mara and Russell Wilson probably have a relationship together from league business. I'm sure it's a mutual respect thing.
It's interesting you say it that way, that he has that league relationship and he is represented well. So I think, Ryan, what the question is do you, like you said, you don't see it happening with Russ, but how should the Giants, are they going to be aggressive here with the draft? And you think that they're going to look to take a quarterback at 6 or even trade up, all these different scenarios? Are you in the mindset now with Russell Wilson taking a meeting with the Giants that the Giants, no matter what, are going to bring in or even draft a quarterback?
I think they're definitely going to sign a free agent quarterback. I don't think it'll be somebody of Russell Wilson's caliber. It could be Tyrod Taylor. It could be somebody of Tyrod Taylor's caliber. It could be somebody worse than Tyrod Taylor. I do think they'll make a move in free agency in case the quarterback they want is not there. Again, planning for all scenarios. So I do think they'll add a free agent quarterback. But yes, to answer your question, before I went to the NFL Combine, I thought the Giants would use pick 6 on a wide receiver and use one of their second round picks, either in the second round or via trade up to late in the first round to pick a quarterback. I left the combine and then even more so this week thinking the Giants are going to pick a quarterback with their first pick in the draft. Assuming Joe Schoen has a plan, Dave Gettleman never had a plan. Assuming Joe Schoen has a plan, you don't let Xavier McKinney and Saquon Barkley walk out the door if you're in a win now situation. Those were moves that signaled a rebuild. So if you believe one leads to another, you let those guys walk because you're planning to start from scratch. And I would think that means either a quarterback at 6 or a trade up from 6 because you think one you really like is going to be there.
And finally, for you, when you're looking at the quarterback options for the Giants in the draft, are you getting a sense of who they might be, who that plan might be for Joe Schoen? Is there a quarterback that you think that they could really like, or do you think it's a couple of guys that they're really looking to target here in the draft?
Yeah, I don't think they've narrowed it down yet. Obviously, Caleb Williams is going to be gone by the time they pick. There's things to like about all of them. Like Drake May is straight out of Giant Central casting, right? He's being coached by Eli Manning and trained by Eli Manning's college roommate and best friend, David Morris or whatever. So, I mean, that's a lot of time for those guys to invest, for Eli Manning to invest if he didn't think the Giants were interested. Jaden Daniels has the big plays that Brian Daboll loves. That's what Brian Daboll wants his offense to be. Well, Jaden Daniels throws the ball downfield. He's built differently than Josh Allen, but he can run a lot of the RPO stuff that Josh Allen runs. And then the buzz around J.J. McCarthy. I'm not high on J.J. McCarthy, but the buzz around the combine and since the combine is J.J. McCarthy's going to go probably within the first 6 or 7 picks, whether it's to the Giants or somebody trading over the Giants. he could be a Giants quarterback too. I mean, there's a lot to say upside. Let's say that a lot he has to prove. If I had to guess right now, I would say I know they like Drake May. I don't know if he's number one on their board, but since I know they like him, I would say he's probably the most likely guy.
Fascinating stuff, Ryan. And we're looking forward to seeing how free agency plays out, obviously, with the Giants, where they're going to address those positions in need. And we'll see what happens with the quarterback situation as we get to the closer to the draft as well. We appreciate you as always, Ryan, for just breaking this all down for us, man.
Thanks for having me.